I guess I owe you guys an explanation of why I quit uploading videos. I don't really know where to start. I guess we'll just start at the beginning. I don't know how long it's been. It was maybe the day the day after I posted my last video. I was actually working on some stuff in the shop, and I felt a real strong metallic taste in my mouth. It kind of felt like I was coming down with something. And I kind of just worked through it and went to bed that night not feeling very well. And the next morning I woke up and I was really sick, really bad, terrible headache. Wasn't able to really concentrate or even hold a thought. And I just spent most of the day in bed. Next day was worse, and Mrs. W started getting a little concerned, and so she went to the drugstore and got and I do apologize, my cognition, my ability to think and concentrate is greatly diminished right now, so I might suffer through this video a little bit. She went to she picked up a home COVID test, and I took the COVID test and it came back positive. Well, I lost my ability to taste and to smell, and just got sicker and sicker, and kind of isolated me, and I was just spending my time in my office, which is the opposite end of the house, and just staying away from the family as much as possible. I thought that I thought, well, this will be kind of a nice opportunity. I can spend some time, studying my Bible and reading, and there were some things that I really wanted to dig deep into, but I just wasn't able to hold any sort of a thought. I would try to read, and I would just stare at the page, and I just felt so sick that I couldn't concentrate on it, and I just found myself just sitting and just letting YouTube autoplay, just that was about all that I could really deal with. Well, it just got worse and worse and worse, but I didn't really affect my breathing or my respiratory system at all. I just felt like I had a terrible flu. Well, it kind of came to a head about, I guess it was probably 5 or 6 nights ago or so. I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't breathe, and I was really, I don't think I've ever been more, I've never been more frightened in my life. I just couldn't breathe. And I woke up Mrs. W, and I was getting really panicky, and I couldn't find a position where I could get air, and we just didn't really know what to do. And fortunately, I had some oxygen on hand, and I was monitoring my O2 sats, and they were dropping, and my hands were tingling, and my feet were tingling, and I could just tell that I was suffocating. And the hardest thing about it is I think I was making it worse because it was so terrifying. I was getting so panicky, and I couldn't concentrate, and I couldn't think, and my only thing that I wanted to do is I just wanted to pray, and I wanted to, I wanted that confirmation from God that I was making my peace with the Lord, to be honest with you. I didn't think I was going to survive the night. And Mrs. W was a nervous wreck, and she wanted to call 911, and just the thought of going there and to a hospital with everything that's going on and all of that, I just didn't want to do it. I've had, well, if I'm not going to make it, not going to wake up in the morning, I'd rather be here around my loved ones and my family than anywhere else. And well, we kind of got through that. We were up all night, and finally towards the morning, I was just so exhausted from trying to breathe. I laid down, and I was able to get some sleep, and I was actually quite surprised when I woke up, to be honest with you. And I think that was 5 or 6 days ago. Well, every day has been a little bit better, and I'm to the point now where I feel like I can turn the camera on and talk to you guys, but that's what we've been going through. But that's not the only thing. I can really sympathize after going through these almost 3 weeks of these trials and these difficulties where my health was attacked and not able to really do anything. But I think it's all, I guess I could sympathize with the Job, the Job character. And so in addition to that, of course, we were supposed to pour concrete. The goal was to get the new shop put up before the weather turned on us, and I had a good contractor lined up to do the concrete. I'd bought the equipment. I was going to do the excavating, and this was last week, I guess 10 days ago or so. I called him and said, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Would you be able to do the excavating as well? Because we had a date for the concrete. And he said that he could, and just out of the blue, right when we were supposed to pour and to go forward on it, he called and said he flaked on me. Said he wasn't going to do it, and I don't really know why. And as you guys know, getting contractors this time of year, and it's just not possible. So that whole thing fell through. And the day after that, the building department called us and told us that they were not going to issue a building permit, and that we were going to have to be required to do extensive environmental studies, which involved the state, maybe even the feds and local, which was going to go to do these environmental studies is going to be in the tens of thousands of dollars, and who knows how long it could take. In addition to that, the Sweet Loaf she was afflicted. She's been suffering through some things as well. And it's just been just one hit after another, where it's just unbelievable, And I'm not surprised, I think we spoke about this last, a few weeks ago, that guys, if you're going to make the decision to be faithful to God and to walk the walk and to pick up your cross and carry it with Jesus, that you can expect that there's going to be some hard times, there's going to be some tests and some pressures. All of the plans and the shop and all of these things that we were going to do just completely imploded on us and blew up, and here we are. So this was really a great test of my faith. If it wasn't, I was really getting frustrated and angry, I was ready to go and was really looking forward to, taking this ministry up to the next level, and then just hit after hit after hit. And it was very humbling and very discouraging. And I had to really dig deep not to be resentful and angry, and it just seemed so unfair. Why should this happen? And why are all these things happening at once? But I guess what I've kind of realized from the other end is that if you are going through life and everything is just perfect and there's no conflict and there's no difficulties and no challenges, what does that say? To me, I guess what that says is that maybe you're not on the right path. We're just a stubborn people, and sometimes God needs to humble us and to show us how it is that He wants things done, and not necessarily how we want them done. I took a little bit of comfort of, it's interesting how God works with us when we have the old stories in the Bible and we read them and read them and read them, and sometimes we get things out of them, sometimes we don't. But how God communicates with those old stories. And I was trying to pray, and I was trying to express my frustrations. God, you're putting too much on me. This is more than I can bear. And when this touches your children, and your children are suffering, that's one thing for me to not be feeling well. But it's a whole other thing to watch your children hurting, and that's almost too much to bear. And He gave me that story of someone. I don't know. I don't know that I can go into this. There's so many things that are happening and so many things that I want to share and talk about, but I feel like I could do it justice. I've been going out to the shop trying to do things, and I walk out to the shop and I just stand there and sway back and forth, and with my mind blank, I can't even remember what it was that I wanted to come out or do or to even talk about. So I guess I'm not doing myself any favors by going on, but so I just wanted to say, tell you guys why I hadn't been making videos, and excuse me, and what's been going on. I literally haven't just haven't had the strength or the stamina to even turn the camera on, or the desire to do it. But I do want you to know that haven't lost faith. I haven't. I'm not quitting anything. I'm just trying to get through each day and to get better and to get feeling better and not to be so sick and get my family healed and these things sorted out. But I will remain faithful to God, and I'm excited to see what comes through on the other side, because this is a test for me. And it's something I expected would happen. I just didn't expect it the hand to be quite so heavy upon us. But I was complaining the other night, and I opened up my Bible, and the title and the first thing I looked at, God drew it to me, is when Paul was asking God to take away his affliction. He asked 3 times, and God said, "Speak to me no more of this. My grace is sufficient for thee." And I've been hanging on to that like grim death, holding on to that, and that's all I have right now. And that's what has helped me to get through this. So I do appreciate all of your prayers and all of your concerns. I haven't answered any of the emails from those of you who have sent well wishes, and I don't know that I could get to them. I just can't get to them right now. I'm at my limit with what I can do, and that's standing in front of this camera right now. So I'll try to do that. But please, I wanted to thank you for keeping us in your prayers, and please continue to pray for us, especially for the baby. Yeah, that's about it. I'll do what I can. Every day, the last couple days, I have been feeling better and a little bit stronger. Brian came over yesterday and helped me with a few things, and we were able to work a little bit in the shop, and we'll just keep fighting and get our way back. But your prayers have helped, and I know it's made a big difference for me, so thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. We'll see you on the next video.